Hey lady, all right, you posted kind of a raw one, and I think I'm gonna post kind of a raw one too. So here we go. It is about 9:30 on Saturday night in the end of September, and I am sitting in my apartment. But I'm not supposed to be sitting in my apartment. I'm supposed to be at a party. And not just any party. I'm supposed to be at a Christmas party. I went so far as to wear my t-shirt and everything. I'm supposed to be at a Christmas party. Why a Christmas party in September? Well, I'll tell you why. So you know this, but for the house, I have been hired to this really amazing performance opportunity for this winter. There's this group, well-known group around Seattle, that they're these like quartets of Dickensian period dressed professional Christmas carolers. They're like SATB quartets and soprano, alto, tenor, bass. And they've been around since the 70s, and it's this like really awesome group. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could minimize it all I want and call it cheesy or hokey or naive or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's like really special. Um, and I'm really amazed that I got in. I'm really excited. Going back a little bit, I sort of made the decision to audition. I showed up. I felt like it went really badly. I went home. I cried the rest of the night after my audition. And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, I got called back. Callbacks were super intense. They sent out choral music. Everybody learned it. We showed up. The group sounded absolutely just unbelievable. It was a group of strangers, and it was some of the best singing I've ever heard, I feel like. Anyway, against all odds, I got hired, and it's awesome. You know this, Christmas, and other people who know me know this. Look, there's a tiny cat who's going to join us. I love Christmas more than I love anything. It's my favorite thing about being alive. And it's not, I mean, I don't know, it's not just something it's not just something that's funny to love. It's way bigger than that for me. It's like, I don't know, it's the feeling. It's how people feel. It's how people treat each other. It's how just, I don't know. And it's being able to give the gift of the feeling of Christmas, I think, too, is a lot of it. And my very favorite part of that, my very favorite vehicle for doing that is singing. I just love it. And so I've been hired to professionally sing Christmas carols in this group of people who love Christmas as much as I do. And it's incredible. I can't believe that I'm here. So that's the good news. Here's the side that I'm wrestling with. So it's a group of like, I mean, I think it's about 60 or so people. It's like, a dozen or so quartets, and then there's kind of a group of ringers who will join it, will fill in where they're needed. And the group is like, there are like PhDs in this group. There are, people who have MFAs in music performance. There are music directors. There are professional opera singers. Like, these aren't people who just like casually like to sing Christmas carols. They do it for a living. And I feel like I have pulled off some kind of great heist by finding my way into this group. I mean, and it's not only just like imposter syndrome. Like, I do not have an MFA in music. I don't read music. I'm a comedian who sings. I'm an actor. I have a good voice. I'm not a musician. And this is probably the first time in my life, in my whole life, that I've been performing, that I feel truly, truly in over my head, and where we're doing these rehearsals and it's this huge body of music, and it's, they're known songs, but they're like choral arrangements, and it's one voice to a part, so it's not like you can follow the people around you. And I feel like I'm doing my best. I feel like I'm bringing everything I've got to the table, and I'm still not sure that I've got what it takes to be in this group, which in some ways is exhilarating, and in some ways is terrifying. So I kind of had planned not to say to anyone that I don't read music, like that I'm not a musician. Like I kind of had planned to just like I don't know, pull it off as best I could, come with what I've got. But I don't know, I showed up to rehearsal and there's this reflex where like I, walked in and it's like, whoa, like, new girl, like this kind of like adorkable, like bumbling, like, whoa, this is hard, I might suck at it, like reflex type of thing. And it's like in this group, everyone is so competent and has just like been doing this forever. It's like they don't want the like goofy, like, oh, like sheepish, like struggling new kid. Like they want to see like fucking competence. Like, so on the one hand, I sort of have to reprogram myself, because I think that reflex is so common and is so automatic, as far as sort of like leading with that so that you can pad your failure if and when it happens, or you can be shocked by your success if and when it happens, right? Like either way, if you set it up like, whoa, I might be bad at this, like when you're bad at it, you were right, and when you're not bad at it, you're pleasantly surprised. Like, it's so interesting. But these people do not have that reflex. I don't know what AP class it was that they learned to have that trained out of them. I don't know what music doctoral program it was that squelched that somewhere along the line, but holy shit, I wasn't there that day of class, because hot damn. Anyway, people are very gracious and they're very kind, and they're patient, and let me just say, if you are part of this group and you're watching me have this sort of like venting moment, like, thank you, and I love you, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm sorry, and I Merry Christmas. And so there's that. So rehearsals I am required to go to, and there's no way in hell that I'm not going to show up to rehearsal and bring my absolute best. Then there's this party. It's like this Christmas party tonight. It's like this kickoff of the social calendar that is this group. And some of these people have been in this group for 20 years or more. Some of them, some of them have raised their kids knowing that caroling season is, upon us now in September. I don't know. There are so many people who are so good at this. And tonight I drove up to that party and I drove right past the driveway and I sat in my car for, I don't know, half an hour, maybe not quite. And tonight I just couldn't do it because it wasn't required, which means that only the people that, wanted to. Why didn't I go in? I don't know that I have a great reason. I just got scared. And I just kind of let it win tonight. And I let feeling inferior get in the way of what could have been a really good opportunity to meet people and feel better in the long run. So, it's discouraging, and I'm mad at myself, but I'm not going to miss this opportunity to learn something and try to turn a fresh page. I mean, hell, there's another rehearsal tomorrow. I can try again. But tonight is what it is. So, it's not Christmas yet, I guess. The kickoff party hasn't happened. Anyway, I'm proud of you, and I love you, and you're tough, and you're strong, and you're positive, I think, in ways that you don't always recognize in yourself. But you're doing it, Peter. And I'm going to do it too. We're in the middle of the worst of it right now, but it's going to get better. And all you can do is your best on any given day. And sometimes your best is fucking applying for 50 jobs and doing, amazingly at interviews, or going to your, existing job and just like knocking it out of the park, or hanging out with people and making them laugh and making connections and all of that. And sometimes your best is pulling up to a party and deciding you can't go in. Doing your best is a moving target. And I think it's an important thing to accept that. So I did my best tonight. And I know you're doing your best too. And we need to sign off, girl. Holy shit. One of these days we're going to come up with something so good. It's going to be just whatever sign off we end up with is going to just be a blower of minds. But in the meantime, sleep, water, and sunscreen. I love you. Merry Christmas.